and welcome. Today I'm outside and it's a beautiful sunny day. Just going over and looking at some of my succulents. You'll see some empty spots on the shelf because I had watered some of the succulents. So this is the first week that we've had a string of sunny days with low humidity. So my succulents are really happy right now, at least I think. It is very hot and my thermometer is reading 95 degrees, but still it is very dry, 27% humidity, so they are happy. And of course I do have an outdoor fan running. I turned it off for the time being because I'm trying to do a recording, and they are looking really good right now. About 2 weeks ago we had a lot of thunderstorms due to the hurricane, and they didn't see any sun for almost a week, and a good number of them I feel like did stretch and started looking really funny. But as you may know, succulents are very quick to respond to the environment. So I've had maybe 3 days of sunny, low humidity, and they're already looking so much better. So not too long ago, I did a shorts video on my suyan here, and since then, it's looked really stretched and the leaves were very leafy. I don't know if that even makes sense, but they were looking really leafy and green, and they were really getting wide and sort of opened up. Because of the lack of sun and high humidity, but 3 days of sun and low humidity, and it's already looking better. So I turned on the camera today because I have a couple of dilemmas. So these two in the corner over here on the top shelf is a dilemma I'm having. So the one on the left is a rougeberry cristata, and it's gotten so big. I had potted into this sort of low profile round pot probably in the spring, I want to say, and it's already outgrown in this pot, and I feel like it's stretched also because of to be fair, my top shelf over here doesn't get a lot of sun because I do have two shade cloths going on over my plant shelf here, and this is the area where they kind of gather up and they don't really get as much sun. That, and of course that week of thunderstorm and rain, it's stretched, it's grown. You can see the leaves are bent out, and you can see the stem is coming up. The dilemma here for me is that this is very fast growing, and this is probably, I want to say, about the third or the fourth time I've already moved into a bigger pot. Now, do I move it into another bigger pot, or do I keep it the way it is? That's my dilemma right now because I can't afford it to get any bigger. I just don't have the space. I do have a bigger pot I can use. I just don't know if I should make that move. Just my dilemma right now. Now, this is my crested majestar. So when I first got it, it had this beautiful color. I'll pop in a picture. It had this beautiful color, and it was very sort of like a tight little ball shaped crested plant. And now it's been out here, and it has been, it's grown tremendously, and it has stretched. I don't know if you can see, but the trunk in the middle, it dropped a lot of leaves, and now it's very unruly. The leaves are very elongated due to the humidity, and I haven't watered it for almost 2 months, but all the humidity and rain sort of hit this plant. Every time it rained, it got to this plant. Even though it's covered, there is a gap, and this one is all the way on the outskirts of the plant shelf. And with the crazy thunderstorm and all the wind, it's just there's no avoiding the rain 100%. So even though it hasn't been watered for 2 months, it is still very firm, and it's grown. And it's just a very oddly shaped plant, and I don't know if I should repot it or put it into a bigger pot. That's another dilemma. I generally, in my experience, I've noticed that crested plants do grow really quickly. For I don't know if it's just me or my environment, or that's just the way they are, but if you put it into a bigger pot, it will almost within, I want to say within the month, will fill up that pot. And that's what I have noticed with all my crested plants. Now I'm going to move over to my little table over here. So for the most part, you can see this, I think it's black tan, Echeveria black tan. It's gotten very leafy, and since the crazy thunderstorms that we had, literally had everyday downpours, and the humidity, the high humidity, just really turned this plant into a leafy instead of, I mean, it's happy. It's definitely happy. It's not the look that I'm going for, and even my wine peach over here, it's gotten leafy, it's gotten long, elongated. It's not stretched per se, but you can see the shape of the leaves are sort of long and leafy. Now this, I believe, is my minima. I always get the minima and the mobinas mixed up. So it was inside and it was looking really pudgy. So I brought it back out, and now like the leaves, the rosette is sort of, I don't know how to describe it. It's rounding in. So together with the string of sunny days that we've been having after all the thunderstorms, the temperature has been dropping. So during the day when it's sunny, it will hit almost 90 degrees, if not higher. But at night, it would drop as low as 65. I've seen it drop to 55 degrees. So there is a big temperature difference between morning and night, which is why you'll see a lot of my succulents are starting to put colors. Here you can see the red lining, which is, I've never seen any kind of coloring on this minima before. So that is looking really nice right now. Let's see. Just gonna look and take a quick scan at my succulents. My ghost plant is looking so beautiful right now. I kind of like when I potted this is all from propagation. When I potted them in here, I kind of like threw it in there with sort of, I was like really annoyed with them. So I kind of threw all my propagations and all the sort of random ghost plants that I had. I threw it all in here. I'm like, okay, you know, if you live, you live. If you don't, you don't. Because the reason why I was really annoyed with them is because they are so fast growing, and inside they stretch like crazy, and they're very unruly. Now, so I threw it all into one pot and I brought it outside, and lo and behold, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful right now. These, I do believe they're just really meant to be outside, as most succulents. I do feel like they all do so much better outside, and as much as I would like to bring all of them outside, I have limited space now outside, and I'm like, I've been racking my brain as to what I can do out here to increase more space. I don't know if I'm gonna build a new shelf or if I'm gonna use the planters that I had built over there. I mean, they're empty right now, so maybe I should adjust the planters to, you know, put something over. I do need like rain covers. I need, you know, shade covers, so I need to add some structure to it. I don't know, I'm just going back and forth. Oh, here's another plant that I wanted to show you guys. This is my Revolution. So originally it was a cluster of 5, and this apparently is very fast growing as well, and all sorts of weird stuff is happening here. It was a very clean 5 head succulent, and now like one of them lost the center node, disappeared, and all of a sudden it put out what appears to be like a crested offset. And then there's all these offsets in the middle and side, and it's just like so crazy right now. It's all over the place. It's fast growing, so it's putting on stems. One of the stems, I don't know if you can see, there was a face over there that it just kind of died on me. Like it lost the center node, much like this one, and it just kind of like melted off. I don't know if that's the right expression, but yeah, so I don't know what to do with that one right now. I'm just like letting it be. I had to stop my recording briefly because my generator kicked in and it was just making so much noise, but I'm back and just showing you guys some of my succulents that are in the backyard. So as I mentioned, those 3 right now, my Rougeberry cristata, my Majestar, and my Revolution back there is really my 3 sort of succulents that are giving me a little bit of a dilemma. So we'll see what we're gonna do with that. I mean, if I'm gonna repot them, I would like to do that probably sometime in September. It is still very hot right now, and I'm not really watering my succulents. I mean, I am watering them, but very lightly. Because if I water too much, then there's that risk of them getting overwatered, and with all these high temperatures, they'll boil, and the next thing you know, they turn yellow and clear, and the leaves just start dropping. But look, I'm going to show you guys one of my propagation here. So this is clavifolia. So I think I just recently posted, was it yesterday, the day before? I'm not even sure. I have like no concept of days these days. But so I posted one of my succulents that I propagated, one of the very first ones, and I've already had them here. I'll show you guys again. It's right here. I've had it for almost 2 years. So this is another one that I've successfully propagated, clavifolia. That's the mother plant. It's actually been dropping a lot of the leaves. You'll see that one random leaf on the bottom stem over there. I lost probably like 2 layers of leaves, but it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I think it's just dropping leaves because it's summer, and I haven't been really watering my succulents that much, but it's looking gorgeous. It's beautiful. So one of the I don't know why. I don't think it was from a dropped leaf. I think I might have taken some leaves off because or maybe I knocked it by accident. I don't really recall, but I had several of them, and I decided I'm going to propagate. Now this one, I do believe is from 2 leaves. They're 2 separate clusters. So when I propagated, it put out multiple offsets, and it's looking really good right now. I'm so excited about this one because it was looking really lanky. You can see like the mother plant has really thick stem, but these are very, very fragile, and it's in a tiny like 1.5 inch pot, like a mini pot or micro mini pot if you want to call it. And I have several more of these sort of in random places. I was trying to see like what would be best for them, or how I can grow them quicker and bigger and healthier. So I have them in various different environments. Some in my office, some out here, some on the bottom shelf, some on the top shelf, and this one. So this one came out here probably, I want to say, in July, and since then it's grown so much, and it's looking really good. I'm so proud of it. Hopefully I probably should repot it really soon, like deeper into the pot, because I feel like the stems are just like so weak and so thin. So yeah, so that's another propagation that I'm very proud of. I don't propagate much. Sorry, there's an airplane going by. I don't propagate my succulents much, but if given the right condition, the right timing, the right, sort of, if I'm in the mood for it, and if I happen to have some leaves that dropped for whatever reason, or it fell because I accidentally knocked it down, then I feel terrible about it. But if those conditions meet up, then I do propagate, or I do try to. Oh, one more. I'm going to show you guys my Myrinae. It's looking really good right now. This is just one of those succulents I feel like just hasn't ever given me any problems, and it's just so gorgeous right now. And the leaves are like so tiny, but they're like little tiny plump little rosettes. So I had to stop my recording again because I got interrupted. There's a lot of landscaping noise right now, so I don't know how my recording is gonna go. I got too lazy, I didn't grab the mic, so it might be a little tough. I'll try to edit this background noise out if I could. But anyhow, yeah, so I guess I keep saying one last thing. Bit of a mess, but I'll show you guys. So I think my aeonium is waking up. To be fair, this salad bowl was always sort of like this, and it hasn't really done anything. It hasn't really the leaves get more leafier, and then it gets stout, and then it gets leafy again, and it goes back and forth depending on the conditions. But so I think my aeoniums are waking up. These rosettes kind of opened up because, as I mentioned, after all the thunderstorms went by this week, we had all sunny days. So these, I feel like I see a significant difference this week. I do feel like it's waking up, and you'll see a lot of green on this one, on the left one of my oldest this might be actually my first crested plant. I'm not sure, but it is looking really beautiful. The rosettes were kind of, the leaves were looking really dry and sort of kind of dead. I mean, I know obviously it's not dead, but that's what it was looking. But all of a sudden this week, look at all the green. Look at all the tiny, tiny little rosettes. Oh, this has grown tremendously. It's one of my favorites. One of my favorites. It's looking so beautiful. I don't know if I've ever showed you guys I think this is called propeller plant. Airplane plant. I have no idea. But it was a gift from my sister-in-law, and it was getting so tall. It grew so much. It was literally like 1 feet tall, and it was like flopping over almost. So I actually decided to just behead it, and look, it'll put out offsets. And I beheaded it, and I actually took it down to like 3 sections, and I have them in the office, and I planted one of them in one of my trees for now, because they were putting out roots, and I figured before they dry out, I need to plant them. But yeah, it's put out 3 little offsets, and this one is just one of those plants that just really easygoing. Wherever I place it, it's happy and it does really well. And the aeoniums, of course, in the summer, in midsummer, well, I would say like in July, it was getting so hot. I put them on the bottom shelf because, I mean, they're supposed to be dormant in the summer, so I didn't want to stress them too much. So I put them down on the lower shelf where it barely gets any sun, but you know, circulation, it gets good circulation, and it does get some sun. And as I mentioned, I feel like fall's already coming, even though it's really hot right now. The sun has shifted, so I do not get the same amount of sun in this spot. So we'll see how that goes. It's so noisy right now. I'm so sorry, you guys, but I think that's it for today. I will show you guys more of my succulents, and we'll talk about more succulents. As you know, I love talking about succulents, and I'll talk about them all day long if I had a choice. But I think this is it for today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye now.